Welcome the students of SC Civil for the subject Concrete Technology Unit number 2. The title is Production, Properties and Testing of Fresh Concrete. So here we will refer the reference book Concrete Technology Theory and Practice by M.A. Shetty. Another reference book we will refer Concrete Technology Theory and Practice by M.L. Gambhir. Another reference book we will refer Properties of Concrete by Adam Neville. First we will see the course objectives. First course objective is to know the properties of various ingredients of concrete and concept of mixed design. Second course objective is to learn the behavior and properties of concrete in fresh state and hardened state. Third course objective is to understand special concrete and their applications. Fourth course objective is to understand the durability aspects and preventive measures to enhance the life of the concrete. Now we will see the course outcomes. The students will be able to select the various ingredients of concrete and its suitable proportion to achieve desired strength. Second course outcome is student will be able to check the properties of concrete in fresh state and hardened state. Third course outcome is students will get acquainted to concreting equipments, techniques and different types of special concrete. Fourth course outcome, student will be able to predict deteriorations in concrete and get acquainted to various repairing methods and techniques. So we will see unit number 2, production, properties and testing of fresh concrete. In that it includes part A, production and properties of fresh concrete, which includes nominal mix, water cement ratio, process of manufacturing fresh concrete, batching, mixing, transportation, compaction, curing of concrete, curing methods, influence of temperature, maturity rules, workability and factors affecting workability, cohesion and segregation. It also includes part B, test on fresh concrete, which includes workability by slump cone, compaction factor, VB consistometer and flow table apparatus. Effect of admixture on workability of concrete and optimum dosage of admixture by Marsh cone test. So here we will see part B, test on fresh concrete, workability by slump cone, compaction factor, VB consistometer and flow table apparatus, effect of admixture on workability of concrete and optimum dosage of admixture by Marsh cone test. So here we will see effect of admixture on workability of concrete and optimum dosage of admixture by Marsh cone test. First we will see effect of admixture on workability of concrete. It is to be noted that dramatic improvement in workability is not showing up when plasticizers or superplasticizers are added to very steep or what is called zero slump concrete at nominal dosage. A mix with an initial slump of about 2 to 3 cm can only be fluidized by plasticizers or superplasticizers at nominal dosages. A high dosage is required to fluidify no slump concrete. An improvement in slump value can be obtained to the extent of 25 cm or more depending upon the initial slump of the mix, the dosage and cement content. It is often noticed that slump increases with increase in dosage, but there is no appreciable increase in slump beyond certain limit of dosage. Once again I am repeating it. It is often noticed that slump increases with increase in dosage, but there is no appreciable increase in slump beyond certain limit of dosage. As a matter of fact, the overdosage may sometimes harm the concrete. It has been noticed that all superplasticizers are not showing the same extent of improvement in fluidity with all types of cements. Some superplasticizers may show higher fluidizing effect on some type of cement than other cement. There is nothing wrong with either the superplasticizer or that of cement. The fact is that they are just not compatible to show maximum fluidizing effect. Optimum fluidizing effect at lowest dosage is an economical consideration. Giving maximum fluidizing effect for a particular superplasticizer and a cement is very complex, involving many factors like composition of cement, fineness of cement, etc. Although compatibility problem looks to be very complex, it could be more or less solved by simple rough and ready filled method. Incidentally, this simple field test shows also the optimum dosage of the superplasticizer to the cement. Following methods could be adopted. First, Marsh-Cohn test, second, mini slump test, and third, flow table test. So we have seen the effect of admixture on workability of concrete. Now we will see optimum dosage of admixture by Marsh-Cohn test. In the Marsh-Cohn test, cement slurry is made and its flowability is found out. In concrete, rarely come to think of it, it is the cement paste that influences flowability. Although the quantity of aggregate, its shape and texture etc. will have some influence, it is the paste that will have greater influence. The presence of aggregate will make the test more complex and often erratic, whereas the using of grout alone will make the test simple, consistent, indicative of the fluiding effect of superplasticizer with a cement. Marsh-Cohn is a conical brass vessel which has a smooth aperture at the bottom of diameter 5 mm. The profile of apparatus is shown in figure 1. The following procedure is adopted in Marsh-Cohn test. Take 2 kg cement proposed to be used at the project. Take 1 liter of water, the water cement ratio 0.5 and say 0.1% of plasticizer. Mix them thoroughly in the mechanical mixer, that is Hobart mixer is preferable for 2 minutes. Hand mixing does not give consistent results because of unavoidable lump formation which blocks the aperture. In hand mixing, if hand mixing is done, the slurry should be sieved through 1.18 mm IS sieve to exclude lumps. Take 1 liter slurry and pour it into Marsh-Cohn, duly closing the aperture with a finger. Start a stopwatch and simultaneously remove the finger. Find out the time taken in seconds for complete flow out of the slurry. The time in seconds is called the Marsh-Cohn time. Repeat the test with different dosage of plasticizer. Plot a graph connecting Marsh-Cohn time in seconds and dosages of plasticizer or superplasticizer. A typical graph is shown in figure 2. The dose at which the Marsh-Cohn time is lowest is called the saturation point. The dose is the optimum dose for that brand of cement and plasticizer or superplasticizer for that water cement ratio. The test could be carried out for various brands of cement and various brands of superplasticizer at different water cement ratio. Alternatively, water cement ratio could be taken as fixed by concrete mix design, and this could be a fixed parameter, and other two, namely the brand of the cement and the type of superplasticizer, could be varied to find out the optimum result. Lot of useful data could be collected from simple Marsh-Cohn test. Each test takes hardly 15 minutes. So here the figure 1 is shown, the Marsh-Cohn test. Here the Marsh-Cohn test is there. The person is pouring the cement slurry. With other hand, the aperture is closed. So the graph 2 shows the saturation point. Vertical axis we can see the Marsh-Cohn time in second. In horizontal axis we can see the superplasticizer dosage percent by weight of the cement. Here the water cement ratio is considered as 0.35. As we can see, the percentage of superplasticizer is increased, the Marsh-Cohn time is decreased. So here the decrease, that is called as the saturation point. So we have seen the optimum dosage of admixture by the Marsh-Cohn test. We have also seen the effect of admixture on workability of concrete, and optimum dosage of admixture by Marsh-Cohn test. So the YouTube links which are available on YouTube, that is Rheology of Concrete by Dr. S. Girish, Professor BMSCE, Bengaluru, webinar hosted by Rasta and CMTI. Next YouTube link, Basic Properties of Concrete. Next YouTube link, Latest Trend in Concrete Technology webinar. So we have seen in part B, test on fresh concrete, effect of admixture on workability of concrete, and optimum dosage of admixture by Marsh-Cohn test. So part B include test on fresh concrete, which includes workability by Slump-Cohn, compaction factor, VB consistometer, and flow table apparatus. Effect of admixture on workability of concrete and optimum dosage of admixture by Marsh-Cohn test. So Unit 2, Production, Properties and Testing of Fresh Concrete includes Part A, Production and Properties of Fresh Concrete, and also Part B, Test on Fresh Concrete. So Part A includes nominal mixes, water cement ratio, process of manufacturing fresh concrete, batching, mixing, transportation, compaction, curing of concrete, curing methods, influence of temperature, maturity rule, workability, and factors affecting workability, cohesion, and segregation. Part B, test on fresh concrete includes workability by Slump-Cohn, compaction factor, VB consistometer, and flow table apparatus. Effect of admixture on workability of concrete and optimum dosage of admixture by Marsh-Cohn test. Thank you all students.